Tape www.suividecolosénégal.com. À École au Sénégal, c'est facile, tu n'as qu'à te connecter. Tape École au Sénégal, les leçons sont beaucoup plus détaillées.
Good morning, good day everyone. I hope that everybody is doing good. This is Teacher Raisa again once more at your service. Today we'll be looking at some couple of notions, okay? Especially in the English language, there are some words or some requirements that are needed, especially when you're doing like grammar or essay. And then oftentimes you hear some words and you're wondering, what does that mean? What does that imply? Well, today we're going to look at a couple of notions. As I wrote on the board, notions, when sometimes you have your examination paper and they tell you words like to describe, to explain, to analyze, to classify, to list, to give reasons, to give objectives, and things like that. Sometimes we don't know what they are. We're not able to understand what it means. So we might have the answers, but we actually don't know what they are. So today's topic is going to be on notions, the different notions that we get, the different requirements that are needed or what is expected of us, okay? And the first one on my list is to define. To define. We hear it a lot. And for example, in biology, they'll tell you to define osmosis, for example, or they'll tell you to define, you know, an adverb or an adjective. And oftentimes, even when you define them, and just say, what is? When somebody asks the question, what is an adjective? It's just trying to tell you to define it, to give the definition. To try, not explaining per se, but you're trying to say what it is. Okay, it's given a definition. So somebody tells you, so what is an adjective? What's a noun? That is wanting you to define what it is. Okay, it's you just to simply define what it is, the name of a person, place, or thing. That is a noun. So you're defining, you're explaining, you're describing what it is. Okay, another word would be to describe. What is it? Okay, that is giving a definition, trying to give the name to it. And then another one is to explain. Now, explain and define, they seem similar. There's a thin line between it. Defining is just telling what it is. Explaining is about giving further details of it. Further details. For example, we know that the definition of a noun is the name of a person, place, or thing. And so you go ahead to say those things could be, for you know, a name of a place, which could be any place, you know. It could be a town, it could be a city, it could be a country, or it could be the name of a person, it could be female or male, it could be the name of a thing, a precise or proper, and actually has to be a proper noun, okay? That is you going further to explain in detail. Because sometimes when we give definitions, people don't get to understand. But if you go to describe further, like to make it plain or to make it easier for understanding, that is to describe. It means you're expressing yourself. Okay, that's talking, you're expressing yourself, going into details. Or otherwise, you're analyzing. To analyze means you're going into details about it. You're going, you know, detailed, you're going further into just the definition of it so that people can understand better. So you can define something and actually analyze it, okay? And you can analyze it like the way that you understand. It doesn't have to be what it's normally supposed to be. How do you understand it? How do you see a noun? How do you see a photosynthesis? How do you see an osmosis? How do you analyze it? How do you see it from your own angle? That is to analyze. Okay, you're going into depths, into details. Furthermore, trying to analyze. Sometimes they'll ask you, give you a problematic or question, and they'll ask you to analyze it. It means that they give you something and they want to know how much of it do you understand. Do you actually understand this question? Do you actually understand this topic? Do you actually have supporting documents or supporting facts to this? Okay, that is analyzing. Okay, and then you have to illustrate. Illustrate simply means to show, or you can also like give examples. Illustrate with examples. It could as well be to give examples. Okay, that's to illustrate. You're showing, illustrate means that you're trying to actually show what it means. For example, a name of a place, Paris, Dakar, a name of a person, Paul, Mary, so you're actually giving examples of it. That is to illustrate. You're showing that this is what it is. You're showing, to be much more precise even. Okay, so that is to illustrate. Illustrate with examples. Illustrate means to show, to point at, to present, to give. That is to illustrate. And then you have to classify. Classify means that they probably give you a bunch of words, a plethora of words to classify. And they want you to probably classify them by order of maybe first names, by order of female names, by order of animals. They give you orders. That's to classify them, to group them or to regroup them, to categorize them by categories. Categories of age, from 15 to 20 here, from 20 to 35 here, from 35 to 45 here. So you are categorizing, each of them. That's to classify, to regroup, to outline them, to put them in order. That is to outline them. You give them, that's to place them. Okay, that is to classify. So if you see classify somewhere, just know that they want you to put them into similar groups. You put them into similar groups, you categorize them into similar groups. Okay, that is to classify. And then of course we know compare and contrast. We hear them a lot. To compare and contrast something. Actually oftentimes there are two things, compare and contrast. Compare means what are the likes and the differences. It's just similarities and differences. Okay, those are compare and contrast. Similarities and differences. Okay, similarities and differences. There's disparities and differences. So something that is alike, likes and unlikes. Okay, something that is same and something that is different. Those are similarities, compare and contrast. Something same, you're comparing two things to see what are the similarities, what is something that is same here that is over there, and you're contrasting means what are the disparities, what are the negatives, and what's different, what's the odd number, the oddness of it. That's the contrast. And yes, sometimes they'll ask you that, oh, do a compare and contrast. So you can sometimes give the pros and the cons. Pros, that's another word that you need to know. The pros and cons. Pros and cons, the similarities and differences. The purpose. What's the purpose of this project? What's the purpose of this work? Purpose means objective. What's the objective? What's the goal? What's the goal? Goal, c'est le but. Quel est l'objectif? Quel est le but? Quelle est la raison? What's the main reason? Again, that's what we're given. The main reason. What's the main reason? Why are we doing this? That's what they call the purpose of something. If you see purpose, it means that they want to know the objective of it, the main objective. They want to know the main reason, the main goal. That is the purpose. That's the definition if you see it. And then over there you have to give reasons. Reasons means that you have to back it up. You have to back up your decisions. Why are you doing what you're doing? Pourquoi? That's to give reason. You have to explain yourself. You have to clarify yourself. Okay? You have to present and you have to explain in details what it is you're doing. So giving out reasons is listing out reasons, to list your reasons. Okay? So that is to give reasons, to explain why. What's the purpose of this? Why did you pick that topic? Why did you do what you did? What are the reasons? What are the things that you did? So you have to list them to give the reasons. And of course you have to paraphrase. Oftentimes they'll ask you to paraphrase, to paraphrase a passage. Paraphrase means to summarize it. That's to paraphrase it, to summarize it, to shorten it, to cut it up, but yet picking out the right informations. What are the right informations? That is to paraphrase something. So if someone tells you to paraphrase, it means that you should redo it again, but you should kind of summarize it, to paraphrase something. You need to like round it up. You like to summarize it by picking out the vital information so it can actually make sense even though you're summarizing something. So these are some of the notions that you get in grammar that you actually need to understand if you see them in your tests. You know, define, définir, explain, expliquer, illustrate pour illustrer, pour montrer, voilà, classifier, regrouper, catégoriser, mettez sur les listes et tout par semblable. You know, when you're classifying, you're going, you know, similarities, you're classifying them per their common grounds, that they have a common ground. Compare and contrast similarities and differences. Quels sont les pros et cons? And then sometimes you can even have the positive and negative for compare and contrast. Okay? And then the purpose, c'est le but, l'objectif, la raison, le pourquoi. That is the purpose. It's pronounced purpose. The purpose of it. And so when you have a question, you can say reasons for the purpose of this project is because, and then you have to give reasons pour donner les raisons pour votre choix. Pourquoi ce choix? Pourquoi ce problématique? And so you list them. Tu les cites. List, c'est les citer. If I say, cite-moi les raisons, it means that you should list the reasons. And then of course, to paraphrase, pour pouvoir faire un genre de sommaire, pour pouvoir le refaire, mais en gardant certains, voilà, les mots vitaux. That it has to really be as important as. You know, keeping the vital words so that you don't distort or that the phrase does not have sense anymore. So these are some of the notions, and I hope that it has helped and I've explained in detail so that if you do see them, please be able to use them properly. Thank you.
www.suividecole au Sénégal.